Hello YouTubers, and today I am going to be reviewing the 8th Doctor and Dalek Interrogator Prime from story The Time War. I don't know why. So this is a bit of an interesting one. So we've got Dark Eyes 8, sort of, and this is obviously a promotional image for Dark Eyes 8, not the Time War. Again, we've got limited edition sticker, and oh look, B&M! You can do the open top window boxes with the new style of packaging character. Yeah, why aren't you doing that with any of the others? Because it shows off the figures a lot nicer, actually. But whatever. Interesting. So, yeah, the artwork on the side is from the 8th Doctor The Time War 1 from the first story in the first 8th Doctor Time War box set. So that neither of the figures are from that story, so not really sure why they chose that as the side artwork. Mainly, probably because the artwork from the actual story this Dalek comes from, in the Garden of Death, is that, and that is from the second Time War box set. Yeah, we've got available to buy at BigFinish.com. Advertisement and some information about the story itself. Lovely jubbly. And information on the bottom as well. There's the product code if you'd like to ring up your B&M and pester them, like I have. I might actually put a screenshot in here on one of the videos, the amount of times I rang up B&M to get these, but yeah. So anyway, let's get this out of its box and actually review it, shall we? Just quickly before we get on to the figures, we can have a look at the nice custom backdrop, which I guess is supposed to look like an extension of the backdrop that's on the side of the box. And you can see Dalek ships sort of fighting and explosions of planet exploding. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. It's nice to have a customised background. Again, why is this on the Dalek sets and the TARDIS sets, but not the 3-packs? You know, you could do something, anything other than playing white, but whatever. Also, for some reason, they're using the sort of paper-y kind of twisty ties, which are a bloody nightmare to get off. Yeah, they're still using the elastic ones. With all the other figures, they use the elastic ones, which I actually prefer because they're nice and easy to cut. So that's something to note. Okay, so here we have the figures out of the box. Now, just to note, my Dalek eye stalk is severely bent. It doesn't look it because I've twisted it round, so he's looking a bit more down than he should be. So easy solution to get if you do have this issue, and all the ones I've seen, a lot of the eye stalks are bent. Just get yourself a little cup of boiling water, hold it in there for a few seconds should do, and that'll basically just straighten out the eye stalk and you'll be able to straighten it out and hunky-dory. Well, actually, I'm going to start with the Dalek, because there's not a huge amount to say other than the colour. Now, I have noticed that the plunger and the gun and the eye, compared to previous Dalek releases, new series Dalek releases, these are really, really rubbery. Like, look at that. How much these can actually, you know, bend about. They do move, little bit stiff, but they are very rubbery. Articulation at the head's a bit stiff as well, but you can actually, if I pull the eye out, you can actually see it's actually bent a bit worse than it was beforehand. You can actually see how bent it is. But again, pretty rubbery. Me even bending it and that's straightening it out. I don't know if I'll actually need to put it in the boiling water. That's actually pretty straight. And also one of the dome lights was slightly array, so I've just had to push that back, click it into place. So yeah. So, taking a look at the Dalek, you can see that it's had a dirty wash put over the top of it, which again will vary on which one you get. You may get a lot of dirty wash, you might not. On my one, you've got a fair bit on the dome, right here. So you can see all the dirt on the dome, and it's got onto one of the dome lights, but not the other. It does look nice. I do like the silver colouring of it. Oh, that dome light keeps popping out of place. There we go. You can see all the little nice indentations and that in the Dalek in the dome. There is no ID under the eye stroke, which I am a little bit annoyed about. I would have liked it maybe if they just used like the standard Crucible Dalek ID under there, just because just to not have it blank. The mesh is actually black. You can hear if you can hear my dog barking in the background, I do apologise. The mesh is black, and the rest of the Dalek is blue and silver, which really does set itself off really nicely. I do actually really like this colour scheme, and actually has a sort of almost metallic-like colouring to it. Again, the wash you can see is dirty here, and the base is just black. Interestingly, on the fender, it is slightly irritating that they haven't painted the little rivet bolts silver, though the sculpt is still there, because for some reason on the sound effects one, it wasn't there. Yeah. Getting on 3 wheels and information and that on the bottom. But yeah, I really do like this finish on this Dalek. It is just a repaint of an NSD, and before people mention it, there is no mention in the story of this looking any different to any other Dalek, so they've just kind of had to make it up. But to be honest, out of the 3 Daleks that they've released this time in the, I don't know, Big Finish B&M wave, I'd say this one is probably the nicest out of them. I think there's something just about the colour that really gels well, and the fact that the shoulder section and I don't know, the armband, the band around here has been painted silver. I think with the silver and blue it just sets it off quite nicely. Looking at the Dark Eyes 8th Doctor, well, it's more of Doom Coalition and Ravenous because of the Heg sculpt. The Heg sculpt is the Night of the Doctor one, not the actual Dark Eyes one that was released. Can we get a focus on that? No, it's having a hard time. It keeps wanting to focus on the Dalek. Well, I see, I don't want you to focus on the Dalek. There we go. So yeah, looking at the head, exactly the same as previous releases, and obviously this is a 9th Doctor body. But to be honest, they've done a pretty good job with what they have. And to be honest, people complaining about it open. To be honest, most of the time it's looking shut anyway, and actually if you push it a bit, there you go, there it's shut. And if you really wanted to, you could actually glue it shut if it's really bothering you that much. The thing is, in some publicity shots, he does have it open. Now obviously it's not a V-neck t-shirt, it is just a, you know, your standard round neck t-shirt, so that isn't the case. Though it does still have, you know, Sync 6. The 9th Doctor has that leatherette sort of finish to it, so the battered leather, and that looks really nice. And they've painted the buttons to be gold and that, so that looks good. And the jeans, they've painted them blue, but given them a lighter blue and sort of a whitish wash to them to help bring out the blueness in them. I can't really describe it any other way. And the shoes are just, you know, your standard brown colour, which are fine. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of the Dark Eyes costume, I never really have been. I just don't think it's Doctor-y-ish. I have a sort of rule for Doctors, you know, no hoodies, no t-shirts, no jeans. This breaks 2 of those. So that's an irritation for me. If we quickly just compare it to the Big Finish version, we can see that on the Big Finish version the shoes are black, and the Dalek, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a shot of this. It's hard to see it in real life. Maybe if I get it right at the right angle. Oh, there it is. You can just about see it there. The eye on the Dalek It isn't white, it's a really, really pale blue colour. Kind of like the same sort of, like if you have a pale blue work shirt, that's basically the difference there. Is it worth, and that's why I said when I did my unboxing of these, if you missed out on the Big Finish version, it's not the end of the world, because, to be honest, I prefer the B&M version. I think the brown shoes kind of set it off a bit, and the Dalek, the Dalek, again, in the Big Finish version just seems, they did the eye stalk a different colour just for the sake of being a variant, I guess, because character love doing this. They love doing variants just for the sake, of having variants for some reason. But anyway, my concluding thoughts on this set, I think this is the nicest out of the Dalek sets out of all of them. So if you're only going to pick up one of them or try and track one of them down, because, there's a lot of Big Finish, there's 3 Big Finish sets this year, plus 3 3-packs and 2 TARDISes and sonic screwdrivers, then if you're only going to pick up one of the Dalek sets, this is the one to track down first. This is probably the nicest out of them. But anyway, that does it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!